Welcome to a special episode of Yallah English. In this show, we are going to practice conditional statements, which we often use for giving advice. For example, if I were you, I would listen closely.
Thank you for joining us for a special episode of Yallah English. Let's go English. I'm your host and English teacher, Adam. With us today is the current President of the United States. Thank you for meeting with us, President Obama.
No problem. It's nice to see you all. Now, how can I help you gentlemen today?
Well, as you know, I'm extremely worried about all of the federal spending cuts in education. But that's not actually why we're here today.
I see. Then exactly why have you come?
Well, there's something the guys wanted to speak to you about.
I will go first. Mr. President, as international students, you know we're big soccer fans. Unfortunately, the World Cup has not come to the United States since 1994.
I realize that, but what is it that you want me to do?
Well, you are the president, and we were hoping you could give us advice to bring the World Cup back to the U.S.
Unfortunately, the location for the World Cup has been planned out to the year 2022. If I had the power to bring it back to the U.S., believe me, I would do something.
I was afraid you would say that.
Sorry, guys. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, Mr. President,
Yes, Abdul.
can you please tell me how can I get an American girlfriend?
To be young again. Well, Abdul, if I were you, I would spend more time focusing on my education and less time worrying about girls.
Well, it never hurts to ask.
You know, Mr. President, you don't seem like yourself today. Is something going on?
The stress of this job is killing me. It's so hard to make everyone happy. Maybe I should be getting advice from you guys.
I completely understand. If I were you, I would feel extremely stressed out as well. You know, I heard the 43rd President of the United States had a great way of dealing with stress. As a matter of fact, I think he's here right now.
Howdy, everybody.
Thank you for coming, President Bush.
Well, the pleasure is all mine.
You know, we were hoping that you could give President Obama some work advice.
Anything for an old friend.
Now, you know I'm in my second term. I'm so stressed out, I can't even sleep anymore. What did you do when you were in my shoes?
Well, speaking of shoes, remember when my quick dance moves saved me from an unhappy journalist at that press conference in Iraq?
Been president about 8 years, and it's been a lot of...
Well, I find that dancing gets me out of all kinds of situations. So to answer your question on how I handled stress, if I were you, I would just learn some good dance moves.
That's a great idea, President Bush. In fact, a friend of mine is here from Korea to lead us in a dance that you might have heard of.
Yallah style. Yallah style. Oh, oh, oh. Open Yallah style. Yallah style. Oh, 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 oh. Open Yallah style. Hey, sexual language. Oh, 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 oh. Open Yallah style. Hey, sexual language. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, 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 hey.
I hope you enjoyed the program. Now, let's get back to grammar. You heard the characters give each other advice using what we call the second conditional. This structure is a type of complex sentence as it uses both a dependent and an independent clause. Writing teachers love to see complex sentences in your essays. To form this structure, in the dependent clause, begin with the coordinating conjunction if, and make sure to use the past tense to express a situation that's not actually true in the present. In the independent clause, which we can call the result clause in this situation, use would or could and the present participle of the verb. The if clause can go at the beginning or ending of the sentence. Notice in the first example, if I were you, I would study every day. We need a comma since the dependent clause is at the beginning of the sentence. This is not necessary in the second sentence, where the dependent clause is in the second half of the sentence. You could stop smoking if you really tried. This comma rule applies to all complex sentences. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching Yallah English. Stay tuned for more shows. Please connect with us on Facebook and visit our website www.yallahenglish.com. We'll see you next time.